Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25. Welcome back to Bible Breakdowns Daily. Matthew chapter 25 continues Jesus' final teachings before the cross. Sitting on the Mount of Olives, Jesus tells three powerful stories that all point to the same truth. His return is certain, but the timing is unknown, and how people live in the meantime matters. Jesus begins with a parable about 10 virgins waiting for a bridegroom. 5 of them are wise and 5 are foolish. They all take their lamps and go out to meet the bridegroom, but only the wise ones bring extra oil with them. The foolish ones bring their lamps but no reserve oil. The bridegroom is a long time in coming, and all of them become drowsy and fall asleep. At midnight a cry rings out, "Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him." All 10 wake up and trim their lamps. The foolish realize their lamps are going out and ask the wise for oil. But the wise answer that there will not be enough for everyone and tell them to go buy some for themselves. While the foolish ones are gone, the bridegroom arrives. The wise virgins go in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door is shut. Later the others arrive and cry out, "Lord, Lord, open the door for us." But he replies, "Truly I tell you, I do not know you." Jesus ends the parable with a warning, "Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour." Then Jesus tells another story. He says the kingdom of heaven is like a man going on a journey who calls his servants and entrusts his wealth to them. To one servant, he gives 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and to another 1 bag, each according to his ability. Then he leaves. The servant who receives 5 bags goes at once and puts the money to work and gains 5 more. The one with 2 bags also gains 2 more. But the servant who receives 1 bag goes off, digs a hole in the ground, and hides his master's money. After a long time, the master returns and settles accounts with them. The servant with 5 bags comes forward and says, "Master, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more." The master praises him, saying, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." The servant with 2 bags says the same, and he receives the same praise. Then the servant who received 1 bag comes forward. He says he knew his master was harsh, so he was afraid and hid the money in the ground. He returns the single bag unchanged. The master responds with sharp words. He calls him wicked and lazy, saying he should have at least put the money with the bankers so it could earn interest. The master takes the bag from him and gives it to the one who has 10. He explains that whoever has will be given more, and whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken away. The unfaithful servant is thrown outside into the darkness, where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Jesus shifts from parables to a direct description of the final judgment. He says that when the Son of Man comes in his glory, with all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people one from another. Just as a shepherd separates sheep from goats, he will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world." He explains why. He says that when he was hungry, they gave him something to eat. When he was thirsty, they gave him something to drink. When he was a stranger, they invited him in. When he needed clothes, they clothed him. When he was sick, they looked after him. When he was in prison, they visited him. The righteous are confused. They ask when they ever did these things for him. The king answers, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Then he turns to those on his left and says, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." He explains that they failed to act. They did not feed him, give him drink, welcome him, clothe him, care for him, or visit him. They also ask when they failed to do these things. He answers, "Whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me." Jesus ends with a final sobering statement. The righteous will go to eternal life, and the wicked to eternal punishment. Matthew chapter 25 teaches that waiting for Jesus is not passive. Readiness means faith that produces action. The parable of the 10 virgins shows that spiritual preparation cannot be borrowed at the last minute. Each person must be ready for themselves. The parable of the talents reveals that God expects faithfulness, not comparison. Each servant received different amounts, but each was judged by what they did with what they were given. Fear and inaction are treated seriously because they reveal a lack of trust. The final judgment scene does not teach salvation by works. It shows that true faith naturally expresses itself through love, compassion, and obedience. The actions described are evidence of a transformed heart, not a way to earn salvation. Jesus makes it clear that how we treat the vulnerable reflects how we respond to him. Love for Christ is inseparable from love for others. That's Matthew chapter 25, a chapter that calls every believer to live alert, faithful, and compassionate lives, while waiting for the return of the King. Next time in Matthew chapter 26, the focus shifts dramatically. The plot to kill Jesus unfolds, the Last Supper is shared, and the road to the cross truly begins. Stay tuned. Chapter 26 is heavy, sacred, and deeply moving.